We are awaiting Mayor Muriel Bowser and the Washington Commanders stadium announcement on the RFK site in DC. Let's get active, y'all. What it do, Washington Commanders Nation? We are already riding high off another pretty fire and pretty athletic Adam Peters draft here in DC. But the news didn't stop at the draft. It didn't stop at the undrafted free agents. It didn't stop at the Sean Taylor's little brother, Gabe Taylor, getting a tryout with his brother's former football team. Washington came in hot with news being first reported by Axios. Cunit Deal of Axios reported yesterday that Washington will be announcing its new stadium deal this morning at 11 a.m. And it's official. It's happening. They reached a deal with DC and they are setting it up. I see the potluck picnic tables. I see boards. I see tables. It looks like a celebration. Roger Goodell is on deck. It's going to be a major, major announcement. I don't know what network it's going to be coming on. I don't know what channel, but we are streaming that shit. We are streaming it. I will show everything. I will take this stream to copyright hell today because this is important and this is more important than monetization. I will make that work. I will make that work. We have to take this in together. So I don't want to get too ahead of the gun here, right? Right? But has there ever been a stadium announcement that didn't come with renderings? That didn't come with blueprints, that didn't come with some type of visual that encapsulates the vision for the new stadium? There's got to be something. May not have a name yet, may not have a final copy. We got to at least be getting a rough draft or so, right? We got to be getting at least a rough draft, right? Boy, oh boy, has life changed since Daniel M. Snyder stepped down from this organization. Joshua Jordan Harris of Chevy Chase, Maryland, and his friends Mitchell Rails, Mark Ine, Magic Johnson, and company have come in here and shook our world up for the better in less than 24 months. Because Jake Russell put it in perfect perspective last night when he said they've come in, right, in the last 2 years, and all these things changed since Daniel Snyder left the organization. Hold on, I'm looking for the tweet right now. Give me 1 second. How y'all doing on this Monday morning, by the way? I didn't even start with pleasantries and normalcy. How are y'all doing on Monday? Because I'm feeling amazing. I've got time today. I don't got nothing on my plate but hitting the gym. And I want to talk about everything. We're going to get to that draft class stream at some point today. We might have to push it back from 1 o'clock. Because we might be talking about this for quite some time. They drop a video or something, we deep dive in every nook, cranny, and crevice of the stadium. All within the first 18 to 24 months of Josh Harris buying the team. He got the team. He hired a new general manager. He hired a new coaching staff. He drafted the franchise quarterback. The team wins 11 plus games for the first time in 33 years. They won their first playoff game since 2005 season, went to the NFC Championship for the first time since my birth year, and they struck a stadium deal to get the stadium back to where all the glory took place back in the day at RFK Stadium, where y'all older folk got to make the stadium rock. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful time to be a Washington fan. All the casuals are coming back. We're getting bandwagon fans on the board. We're getting fair weathers back in the mix, and we are everywhere. Our quarterback's on the graphic for the schedule release. When is the last time we could do something like that? Our head coach is narrating the Madden commercial. Everyone respects, wants to root for, and speaks on our coaching staff and front office with reverence. It's not an embarrassing moment to hear from the owners. They actually have things to say. They actually get out the way. Josh Harris on draft weekend, all he does is step up and say, welcome you and your family to the DMV, man. We're so glad to have you here with the Commanders, in that little snide ass tone that Josh Harris speaks in with a little bit of scotch always mixed in. But you don't see an owner coming off the boat telling people to pick a quarterback. You don't see an owner meddling. And yes, this franchise hasn't hit adversity or rock bottom under the new regime yet. But I promise you, the rock bottom will never be able to be juxtaposed with what took place for 25 plus years in this organization. Let's start Monday with a goddamn hype video. The team dropped this morning. It says, let's bring our franchise back home to DC and the RFK Stadium site. Look at this shit here.
I can still hear the crowds. When I first stepped into RFK Stadium, I knew I'd found a home. The roar of the fans, the energy of the city, united as one.
Thank you.
Was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. RFK Stadium was the stage for the world's greatest in sports, culture, and entertainment. All in the
I'm letting y'all know, by the way, I'm playing that shit on stream. Wherever they stream it at on YouTube, I'm playing the whole announcement on stream. We finna watch this shit as a family today. We at the movie theaters. Get your popcorn, get your Reese's Pieces, your bunch of crunch, whatever your fancy is at the movie theater, maybe a chicken tender basket or something. Get it ready, because we sitting back and we watching this shit on stream. I do not care today about any of the YouTube bylaws. We're watching that shit as a family. Now back to the video.
Part of our nation's capital. It's time to revive that legacy. Let's bring the Commanders home. A new stadium will serve as the anchor for the RFK site, unlocking new opportunities for generations to come. This means new housing, new restaurants, retail, and public spaces are all possible. The stadium development will create new access to the Anacostia waterfront while preserving some of our city's treasures. A world-class city deserves a world-class stadium, uniting a sea of burgundy and gold. Something that unites us in our pride for the district. The time is now. Let's bring Washington back to DC.
Oh. That shit look fire at the minute.
As a hooper, I like being in my comfort zone.
No, go back. Look at that shit there, bruh. That shit look cold as hell. That shit looks so cold, bruh. Door Gunner, appreciate you for your channel membership and for the $2 donation, my brother. Better not serve Louis T pizzas at the new RFK. Yeah, Louis T be on his vegan kick, man. Louis T be eating weak-ass pizza, man. I love him. That's my brother right there. Shout out to my fellow Commander King. Shout out to Ed and Rico. But Lou be out here eating pizza with just sauce and pepperoni and mushrooms on it. No cheese, no vegan cheese, no none of that. I don't know what type of concoction that is, but I don't call that shit pizza. We can call that shit something else, but hopefully none of that at the new stadium, man. But y'all see that video I just played? What up, DB? What up, DB? This is for real. Oh, and by the way, it's already been confirmed. It's a dome. I've been trying to tell y'all and forewarn y'all for quite some time. The plan, even before new ownership got here, was a dome stadium, whether that be translucent roof, regular dome, or convertible top, retractable roof. It's a dome stadium. They want to host not only the Super Bowl, the Olympics, the World Cup, the Final Four, and all major events in the world. They could bring the draft to Washington. Everything becomes possible when you make it a weather and climate controlled environment. This shit was always going to be a dome. We are not bumfuck Buffalo, New York. We are not trying to have snow in our new stadium. Yes, the elements are part of football and all that good shit. But in 2025, the NFL product does not look more aesthetically pleasing than lit up perfectly in a dome. You put a new state-of-the-art stadium in the nation's capital in the District of Columbia, there was always going to have a top on it. It was always going to have a top on it. And that retractable shit is expensive. That shit's almost $1 billion to do that. Translucent roof me. Give me SoFi East. They have to show us something today. Why would they've been planning this move since before they bought the team. Why would they come up here with Muriel Bowser to discuss this whole financial plan that they have to not show us anything? Something's coming. We're getting something, man. Josh be bland and shit on the front. He do. Hey, Trey, I welcome you and your family to the Washington Commanders. Yeah, man, we're so lucky to have you, man. The guys love you here in the building. Like, that shit is funny, bro. I might shed one thug tear like Denzel in Glory if we see something today, man. We in the theater with it today. We watching it as a family. DC Dome is on the way. Hell to the Redskins, the football team, the Commanders, whatever you want to call them. I will save my objective ass spiel about the name and the old shit. I even put on my old plain ass Redskins Authentica for the moment today. You know, we here. It is all good vibes today. Don't nobody be trying to rain on our parade today. Hey, Philly fans, y'all better kick rocks today. Don't come in here talking that bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing about your Super Bowl winning quarterback or none of that today, because this is bigger than that. This is bigger than football right here, man. How are y'all doing? Make sure y'all smash that like button on the stream, by the way. We may have to push the draft class stream back a little bit and hit in stream when we done here, because we might have a lot to talk about, man. We might. Joe Gibbs is there. Roger Goodell is there. This is new. Oh, the press conference went live. Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Hold up. Where is it? I need it. Where is that? Oh, here we go. Oh, bet RFK, they went to. Those aren't the Redskins I grew up watching. I don't want to hear none of that shit today. This is all good vibes. They're going back to DC with it. State-of-the-art dome with it. They've done nothing but right since they got here. I don't want to hear dick about the fucking name today, because we back in DC. The Washington and the team's name no longer is for decoration. It's going to mean something again, and this shit means something to me. That music is goated. I'm going to mute that shit, though. If we're going to take the stream to copyright hell, we don't have to, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to play around with the music, though, you know? I'm pretty sure they're going to drop. That hype video they dropped earlier feels like just a part. Like, the way my brain works, that was a part of the video, and they're going to show us the rest of the video. There's going to be some stadium shit involved. We're going to get a little 3D rendering. We got too many billionaires in the organization not to have it, man. Fallout 4 classical radio station ass music. We're getting a Hogs 2.0. Did they change the new and the new? Yo, you know it'd be crazy? This is not gonna happen, but you know it'd be crazy if they debut that New Jersey at this shit. Like Muriel Bowser pulls up the New Jersey, like, the boys are coming back to DC. And she pulls out the New Jersey, whatever that is. That would be crazy. That's probably not happening, though. Don't let me sell you on a drink. What up, my boy? My boy D. Will. My brother, love you back, man. See y'all on the Afternoon Kick Wednesday. Yes, sir. We are back on the Afternoon Kick on his channel. Make sure y'all sub up Breaking Command Entertainment, my boy D. Will over there. We back at it this Wednesday. Full-time content Rio back in full effect. We got everything out of the way. Let me make sure. Hey, when this shit start, okay, I got it unpaused. When it start, I'm going to put the sound back on, but we watching this today as a family. I can't wait to see who gets the naming rights to the new stadium, because it's gonna be a bidding war. It'd be crazy if they already have the naming rights to the new stadium. This shit's opening up in 5 years, y'all. This new stadium, we're playing in this bitch in 2030. And don't think 5 years is too long, because 5 years ago the pandemic happened, and that shit still feels like it happened 2 weeks ago. What up, Dawson? What up, Deems? What up, Danny Ocean, my boy? My boy. Hey, Danny Ocean to this day made one of the firest graphics I've seen with the new regime. Like, it looks like an animated movie poster that you would see at AMC or Alamo Draft House or some shit. Look at JP's tweet. What JP talking about? What JP whoa, I messed up. Hold up. Let me get my shit back situated. I accidentally just exited. Can't be doing that. Your browser has okay. Hold up. Let me pull that back up. Let me pull that back up. I'm about to say, let me say we're getting technical difficulties already. Don't be technical difficulty in me today. It ain't the time for that. It ain't the time for it. Smash that like button, man. Like, it would be crazy if they come in with it now. If they came in with it now, it would be lit. It would be lit if they came in, naming rights, full stadium picture, all that shit. Just ready to go. That would be fire. Never got to experience RFK. Yeah. Oh, geez. Tell us about how y'all used to rock the stadium and stuff like that. I wouldn't know. My only experience at RFK were like the Nats, DC United, and the Stone Soul Picnic. If you're a DC, Maryland, or Virginia native, you've been to the Stone Soul Picnic before. I remember seeing Angie Stone up there, rest in peace, at the Stone Soul Picnic. That used to be a yearly go for me. I hope they turn RFK into a retractable dome. It's definitely a dome. I wonder if it's going to be retractable. A retractable roof costs like $750 million. They already coming out of pocket $3 billion, and the city's coming like $800 million into it. So JP posted a pic of the stadium. Oh my God. Oh no. Y'all playing. We got a pic of it? Hold up now. Oh, y'all playing with me now. Holy shit, there is a picture of it. What? Oh shit. Hold up. Let me get that on screen. Whoa. Our first picture of the Commanders' new domed stadium. It's here and it's gorgeous. That's a translucent roof, baby. Translucent roof. Look at the cityscape out the exit and look at the shape of the end mezzanine. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh my God, we're doing it. It's real. We're here. Whoa. Translucent roof. Oh my God. Did the pressure start? Glass translucent roof. Oh man. Nope, it didn't start yet. I don't think. Let me pull it up. Nope, still chilling. Still chilling on the press conference. We'll start screen. Whoa, y'all. That's our first look. We ain't get to see the exterior yet, but whoa, this is real. Holy shit. Oh my God. So y'all can throw away that retractable roof conversation. That is a translucent roof, like Allegiant Stadium and like SoFi Stadium. That's the glass. Woo! Joe Gibbs Racing Stadium. Ramblin' Rio's football park looks nice. Yeah, that looks cool, man. You have the video pause for the presser. I got it playing now. There's still nothing. It still says, on my end, it says nothing. If it starts, y'all let me. Matter of fact, let me just play the set. I'll put it on like. Oh, you ever seen the exterior? Look at the shape of the end zone bowl with the cityscape poking through the glass at the end. If I'm tripping, it looked like it's kind of W shaped going into the end zone, which pushes into the mezzanine. It cuts out. Oh man. Nice, bro. We live on Monday afternoon with it. We are waiting Mario Bowles and Todd Harris, Joe Gibbs and Company to announce Washington's new translucent roof dome stadium in the District of Columbia at the RFK site where all the glory took place for this team. I am now waiting for the press conference to begin. It still says we'll begin momentarily on the site. I will be putting it on the screen. We will be watching it as a family today in unison, man. There will be public seating license, PSLs, if you know what that is. It comes with the territory. The season ticket's probably going to look like a mortgage, and tickets to that first home game in that stadium are probably going to cost, I said, your first child, a limb, the deed to your home, all that good stuff. It says my mic's messed up. Okay, hold on. Let me get the mic right. Let me get the mic situation right. I think it's because I'm playing sound in the back. And when you're playing sound, sometimes the sound waves, they tweak out and they collide. But thank you. Lake is there, I believe. Mike is good again. Shit looking like, hey, when they let you create a stadium on Madden, shit be looking like this. They ain't even show us with the Jumbotron situation. You know that shit gonna be gas. I hope no dumbasses try to break the glass. Hey, man, we good. We good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the teams in DC have never simultaneously played in DC at one time before. It's never happened. It's never happened. Like the Nats in DC, while Washington Commanders in DC, the Capitals, the Wizards, all of it. Man, the Jumbotron's in the picture. Yeah, am I that blind? I don't see that shit. What a Jumbotron at? Oh, is that the shit on the side? The shit on the side that's like kind of cut off towards the top right of the picture? Oh, man, this is exciting. I want the full slideshow. Give me a college thesis style slideshow where we show what it looks like in a concert setting, in a football game setting, all that shit. I want it all. We deserve it all as a fan base, man. It feels good to be able to do business savvy things as an organization again. Going to cost an arm and a leg to get in, but I'm there. Me too. That's going to be a bucket list must attend event. Me and my sonny boy, we gotta get in there for that first game at the new stadium, bro. Like my son barely old enough to even understand how ass FedEx, aka Northwest Stadium, really is. And our new ownership group has done all they could to make it look okay. They live now. Here we go.
All here to the National Press Club on a historic moment for both the city of Washington, D.C., the region at large, and our beloved football team, the Washington Commanders. And our beloved football team. You know, sometimes a long, very long, winding road will bring you home. And RFK Stadium was home for a very long time. There were legends that were made there that are here with us today. Hall of Famers like John Riggins and Darryl Green. A second Super Bowl MVP, Doug Williams. And of course, our legendary Hall of Fame coach, Joe Gibbs.
I love it. I love it here, y'all. I love it here.
Today is not only about the past, it's obviously about the future as well. So it's fitting that next to Joe Gibbs is our head coach, Dan Quinn, and our general manager, Adam Peters. Timeless memories were made at the RFK site, and that's what today is about, repeating that. Timeless future memories for our city and for our team. These individuals here in particular are ready and excited to share a very special announcement with both the DC residents, Commanders fans in the region, and of course around the world as well. Washington, DC Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Shout out Muriel. Shout out Bowser.
The managing partner of the Washington Commanders, Josh Harris. And the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell. Been waiting a long time to say this, Madam Mayor. It is time for kickoff. So, Mayor Bowser, the floor is yours.
Thank
Fuck
you,
that shit,
Fram.
Bowser. Let's go. Let's go.
Promise made. So I want to start by saying welcome home. Let's give our Commanders a big Washington, D.C. welcome. We are so happy to talk this morning about bringing our team home to the sports capital, back to RFK, where they belong. And I couldn't be more excited for our city, our team, and our fans. Josh and the entire team at the Commanders, thank you. We want to say thank you for not just buying our team, some would say saving our team, getting the team to the NFC championship for the first time in 33 years. But we want to thank you for making a transformational investment in Ward 7, in our city, especially now, a time where we need it the most. Commissioner, I know you can't have favorites, but we know where you grew up. And this is a big deal. I've been working on this for the 10 years that I've been mayor. And now we have the right partner at the right time.
So crazy.
And Josh is someone who cares more than just about this franchise. He cares about doing the right thing. And he likes to win. You've heard me say that before. He knows how to put together a winning team.
Yes, sir.
And throughout this process, it's been a cooperative one. We were joined in our goals to advance a deal that we could be proud of, a development that would serve the city for generations to come, and support the best professional sports franchise in the world. So when Josh talks about this, he very elegantly says that he wants to provide and do for the city and give the city what it deserves. And I agree. And I'd go a step further and say that right now, as our economy is shifting, it's something our city really needs, because we need growth. Indeed. And we need jobs. We have 180 acres of opportunity on the banks of the Anacostia River. And we have...
You know where you're at, the USA Cap.
And I have to pause to acknowledge our Congresswoman and Congressman James Comer of Kentucky, who advanced a bipartisan effort to deliver that land to D.C. Thank you, Congresswoman Norton.
Shout out Congresswoman Norton.
This land has been blighted and underutilized for too long. And what our deal with the Washington Commanders provides is the fastest and surest route to developing the RFK campus, and not just delivering sports and entertainment, but delivering housing, jobs, recreation, and economic development. We will be able to deliver thousands of homes here. It will deliver a world-class, community-focused sportsplex for our kids.
She's selling that shit, ain't she?
Create park space and build out riverfront and trails. It's about creating jobs for DC residents and revenue that will support what all of our city needs, city services that have made us a growing city. We're going to be talking a lot about this project in the coming weeks and months, and it will be clear that this is a good deal for DC. It's a fantastic deal, a win-win-win for the city, the team, and the fans. So I want to say thank you for everyone that has been involved at this point. And before we take questions, I'll go through a quick list of thank yous. But I first want to introduce a person who has been a great part of the DC community in the time that he's joined. He has brought on local partners into the Commanders
Eric
ownership.
Barber.
It's meant a lot for us.
My
and I
brother.
see Mark Ein and Mitch Rails in the
You are
front
too
row.
kind.
Give them a big round of applause.
Too kind, man. Bless your heart, man. Always holding it down. Thank you so much as we take in this historic
These guys
moment.
bet on DC a long time
Oh, my
ago,
God.
and I am just so grateful for your partnership, Josh. And you have the floor. Josh Harris, the owner of the Washington Commanders.
Talk to me, Josh Jordan Harris. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, everyone, what a great day. It's a great day in our process to bring the Commanders home. And Mayor, thank you. I'm so appreciative for our partnership and everything you've done through this process. And, you know, this day is a testament to your leadership and the city's leadership. So thank you.
New Glory Days in the building. Thank you to off-season shit. Thank you for your 1 month membership,
And,
man. EB, you're too
thank
kind.
you to the council members that are here. We know you're going to be considering all this, and thank you for your partnership in helping us get to this historic moment. We know you have a bunch of work to do, and we're going to be there transparently providing all the information to you.
Me too,
Chairman Mendelson.
man. Me too.
I know you're not here with
91.
us today, but and the entire group of DC council members.
Of
So
course.
very much appreciative that you're here today to listen. And Roger, I know you're busy. Thank you for being here.
On God.
It's very meaningful to have the commissioner of the NFL sitting side by side with us today. So today, I am absolutely thrilled to announce that the Commanders are ready to make the single, and our partners are committed to make the single largest private investment in DC history.
Thank you guys for rocking with me, man. We one big community, man. Love y'all. Appreciate you, Dawson. My guy. Shout out Florida.
You know, one of my earliest memories was walking down East Capitol Street to RFK. I only knew one person, my Uncle Jerry, who Robbie Miller sitting right there, who had tickets because there was a 25-year waiting list. And I got to go once or twice a year, but I watched every game intently. And I grew up watching the greats, whether it be Sonny Jurgensen, Billy Kilmer, Joe Theismann, Mark Ripien, the Hogs, Joe Gibbs,
One day,
Art
Andrew.
Monk, and 3 Super Bowls.
One day. You gonna see me at the ribbon cutting or some shit.
You need one of those. And obviously, we're so honored to have Darryl, Doug, and John. Thank you all for being here today. And you're right there, up there. And Adam and Dan, no pressure. That was the Washington that I remembered. When on Sundays, everything stopped. Everyone was glued to their TV or in the stadium. And we've already seen a reawakening of that spirit, but we want to bring it back. Now we want to bring the Commanders home with a new RFK that our fans will love, our opponents will fear. It'll be loud. We want to make it about football, but also about the city and the community. And we want to host the biggest and best events in the world.
Yes, sir.
When our ownership group started on this journey 2 years ago, we laid out 3 clear priorities: build a championship caliber team,
check,
improve fan experience, and make
check.
a positive impact on this community.
Another check.
Today's announcement is a key part of that vision. Let's come home. This project is about so much more than building a stadium.
I know.
It's about a once in a generation opportunity.
Wish my mama
to
could see
create a
this.
catalyst for long-term transformational economic growth here in DC. That means thousands of new jobs, billions of new tax revenue.
I'm there.
Thousands of new homes, partnerships with local businesses.
I'm gonna pull up every month for updates when they break ground.
Acres of mixed-use development for our community.
Joe Hall,
you know
appreciate
what? The
you,
city
my
of Washington
guy,
and the
my
DMV
God.
deserve it.
I'm not worthy. Thank you, man. Let me shut up, though. Thank you so much.
Without exaggeration, this will be the best stadium in the country when it's built in front of the Anacostia River,
Best stadium
facing
in
the
the
Capitol and the Washington
I wonder
Monument.
if we should show a picture of it.
Hey, please. Show me the exterior, please.
And while today marks an exciting step towards bringing the Commanders back to our spiritual home in DC, I also want to recognize the incredible partnership we've built with Maryland and Virginia. In Maryland, where we currently play, and in Virginia, where we train. I just want to say that I'm particularly grateful to Governor Moore and the Maryland leadership for their support and shared belief in what we can achieve together at our current stadium site as we move where we play football games to new RFK. Thank you, Governor Moore, Maryland delegation.
Got me out here showing teeth on stream and shit.
On a personal note, I am deeply humbled and grateful that God has allowed me to be part of this journey to help shape the next chapter for Commanders football, for DC, and for the entire DMV community. I'm also grateful to my family who's sitting here.
You know, you had to say family
my wife,
at least
Marjorie,
one time.
Hannah, my brother Gabe, my mother Sylvia, Mama Commander.
Love y'all and appreciate y'all, man. We going crazy today.
And I couldn't have done it without my partners, Mitch Rails, Mark On, Mr. Fallick, and others that I'm not sure if they want to be mentioned or not, so I'm not going to mention them, who are in the audience.
Beautiful Monday.
I believe, and I know that Mayor Bowser believes, I know
we
that
still waiting to hear
in the power of this project to bring our city and this region
together.
Yeah. We're excited to continue working with the council, the mayor, and the DC leadership in this community to shape the next chapter of RFK. RFK was the site of some of my earliest and most meaningful memories.
Hey, hold up now.
Generations to come. The future is very, very bright. Thank you.
Say, don't be hiccuping. Don't be hiccuping on this announcement now, YouTube.
Let's get it going.
Don't be tweaked out like Dan Snyder's Washington at the press conference now. Hold up. Get it straight.
It will take quite an investment in infrastructure because we're going to make that stadium shake once again. Just like
Let's do it.
They know all about that.
Not too hard with the glass roof, though.
This also could be a crown jewel in making Washington the most powerful sports city in the world.
I love this team.
With that in mind, let me introduce NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, who, like myself and like many of us in this room, grew up going to the old RFK.
Man, bring out an architect and start showing me some more pictures, bro. I want it. I need it.
Morning. Good morning, everyone, and thanks, Bram. This is a very special day, one that many of us have been looking forward to many years. I'm excited to join the mayor and Josh to help announce the intention of the Commanders to return to their historical site, their home in Washington, D.C. Thank you to Mayor Bowser for your leadership, extraordinary, and we're here and glad to support you. And of course, to Josh for your incredible leadership. Under Josh's leadership, this team has become a playoff team in a very short period of time. With this stadium, it will also become a leader off the field too. The Commanders' future is clearly a bright one. Today would not be possible without the help from Congress, who in passing the RFK bill late last year, and I want to thank Representatives Comer and Norton for sponsoring the bill and for the congressional leadership for passing the needed legislation to get us here today. I grew up in this district, as was mentioned before.
I don't even drink. I want to drink
at
after
RFK
this,
Stadium. It was a special place.
Happy
Many of
hour
our
with me.
early memories as a football fan were formed there, watching the great teams and sharing the experiences with my family and the tremendous fans of this team.
Tesla Dome.
A generation of fans growing up rooting for the team did not have that experience, but the next ones will. And I could not be more excited for them. The stadium project announced today promises to be great for the fans, the team, and the district, and the NFL. It also makes us better as a club, as a league, and all of our clubs playing in a world-class stadium in front of passionate fans is one of our big objectives. We've seen throughout the country new stadiums transform communities. Since 2001, more than $32 billion has been invested in stadiums.
You're right.
And there are at least 8 more projects underway, an estimated cost of $20 billion. This will be critical in revitalizing an area that has been dormant and
For real.
undeveloped for nearly 30 years when the team first left. Here in the district, there will be billions of dollars invested in this area and economic activity that lifts up the city and generates jobs throughout the region.
Shit means something to me, man.
The NFL has a long history of investing in stadiums projects along with the home team, but all 31 teams will contribute along with Josh and his partners. This is an important project that the league recognizes, and we will be there to support. Once again, I want to thank the mayor and Josh for their incredible leadership. We look forward to working with you both.
This is incredible.
This project is important to us, and we recognize
this is incredible.
We will be supporting you throughout the city council process as well, and look forward to seeing us all on opening day.
Thank you, Roger. Give the commissioner a big round of applause. So let me just quickly mention some folks who have worked really long and hard to get us to this point. But I also want to emphasize.
What are we trying
to do? And my team will stand ready to work with the members of the council, providing all of the information that they need. I want to recognize the council chair for business and economic development, at-large council member Kenyon McDuffie.
Yeah, we're getting Dallas Stadium out of there, SoFi, all of it.
The host council member for RFK, and I told him he came in the door winning, council member Wendell Felder. The council member who has been my partner throughout my tenure for housing and making sure we deliver it, at-large council member Anita Bonds. Thank you for being here. Very quickly, I call them my big deal team because we do big deals here. And I asked this lady to join me when I became mayor 10 years ago. She thought she was retired. She told me she would stay for a year. And 10 years later, she's here. And I want to thank Beverly Perry.
A lot of people went into this, man. They've been working on this for a minute. This ain't new. This ain't happened overnight.
I want to acknowledge our chief deal maker on this one, Sarosh Odpadwala. The deputy mayor for economic development, Nina Albert. The city administrator for the district, Kevin Donahue. And beautiful. Our budget director, Jenny Reed. Thank you.
Look at where our karma went as soon as that dweeb Napoleon Bonaparte stepped down.
I do also want to acknowledge our other partner in this endeavor, the official convention center and sports authority for the district, who will be our partner in parking, and led by Angie Gates, the president and CEO. Chaired by Leif Dormsjoe.
Right.
Thank you, Leif. And any other members or of the board members for Events DC, thank you for being here. Thank you. I see Sherry Doggett over there.
I'm gonna get my friend.
And I want to also acknowledge our expert partners who helped us put together this deal with the team: ASM Global, CSL, Hyatt Brown, Gensler, Kutak Rock, Tybra Hudson, PFM, Legends, and Perkins Eastman. Give them a round of applause.
Come on back, Kev.
Other members of the Congress who have been in the front and behind the scenes, Senator Mark Warner, Senator Tim Kaine, Senator Joe Manchin, Congressman Benny Thompson, and Congressman Clyburn. Please give them a big round of applause.
May I also mention, look, this thing came together 100-0. I mean, there's been many parts of this journey in the Senate at 12:01. I learned a lot about the political process, and I just want to thank the the senators from Maryland, the senators from Virginia.
Absolutely.
65,000 seats, PSLs, 8,200 parking spots with some tailgating set to open fall 2030 based on the details on the sheet so far.
And final mentions to two of my predecessors who are here. One who brought baseball home, former Mayor Anthony Williams. And I know a very proud woman today, Mayor Sharon Pratt.
This is happening.
Oh, Councilmember Pinto in pink. I'm sorry. I failed to acknowledge our host council member for today and a very, very early and strong supporter of bringing the team home, our Ward 2 Councilmember Brooke Pinto.
This is an exciting day, and we do hope it is the first of a few historic announcements along the trail here. Our panel has agreed to take a few questions now. So why don't we do that? And let's start with John Keim.
They got to end this joint with at least one pick of the exterior plan, you know?
Okay. Roger, real quick, how much does this increase the chances of getting a Super Bowl in DC?
Woo!
Well, I didn't come here to announce that, but I would say dramatically.
Fuck that shit, Goodell. Fuck that shit, Raj. Yeah.
Our next question, Sam Fortier of the Washington Post.
For all of you, when did this moment start to feel real, and what does it feel like right now?
Well, I'll start. I mean, obviously, this has been a vision of ours since we bought the team, bought the club. It was in our original plan. It's been a journey. It's been a process. I'd say for me personally, it really started to get real.
I love the way he talks.
In the last few weeks when the mayor, I think, shook me by and said, we got to get going, even though we're waiting around for some politics to occur. And but it got real then. And we're so happy to be in partnership with the city and the NFL announcing it today.
For me, Sam, I knew once we got the land that we needed to be ready. And when I sat across the table from Josh, and we kind of had a time frame in mind that this had to get done, or we were both going to have to move on. He was going to have to move on from us, and we were going to have to move on from the team. And so once we established that, I already knew we had the best site. I did. I knew we had the best site. And once I knew that he wanted to be back home, that we chartered a path to get there. So I would say when we knew we had the land, we'd already been working on a pretty good plan, and now we're here.
I would just add very quickly, these projects are not easy projects to take on. They're complex. They involve a lot of decision making along the way. There are difficult periods, but I would fall back on the leadership of the mayor, who had the vision and the willingness to take this on. I think that does not happen in cities or states without that kind of a political leader standing up and saying this is good for our community, which we obviously agree. And of course, Josh, who understood not just the emotional reason for coming back to the district, but also this was really the right thing for this community. This will be a tremendous economic driver, but more importantly, I think it will send a signal to everyone in the world, frankly, of this community and the way they're going in the direction.
You look like a Rick and Morty character.
Our next question, David Aldrich from The Athletic.
Thank you. For Josh and Mayor Bowser, what assurances can you provide to local residents that they will not be overwhelmed by the new construction, the new projects, that they will be able to stay in the area and stay in the housing that they currently have? And for Roger, I wonder if the SoFi project in LA is at all analogous to this in terms of the partnership that the Cronkies had with the city of Inglewood.
Well, thanks for that question. And the good thing about this site is it was an NFL stadium there. The Washington football team played there for decades, and the transportation infrastructure exists.
Yep.
It is served by Metro. It's served by the highway. It's served by an expansive
Smart
bus
man.
system. The difference between
value
when
to
the
the
team
roof
last
now.
played and now is that there are many other modes that are available for people to travel there as well.
Dawson
What
said,
we've
I want to
heard
hear about
from
the stadium.
community
Fuck
is
all
they're
that other
tired
shit.
of the blight, and they want the 180 180-acre parcel to be brought back to life. So one advantage is that we won't just have what's there now, a sea of parking and a stadium. We're going to be able to have a wonderful mix of uses. I love that we can show a map that demonstrates all of the different parcels that will be engaged that include entertainment, an entertainment district that has set aside park space, including the area that can't be developed right
Shout out
along the
Miriam.
Anacostia River, and an entire recreation
65,000
district that the
seats.
district will populate with the existing fields
Perfect.
in our sportsplex, and what we're calling the Kingman Park District, which will be largely residential. So this is what we promised.
I bet
to
they have a
deliver,
plan for it.
a mix of uses that includes an NFL stadium.
Uber driver is going to be the new
The only
streamers.
thing I would add, and that's well said, is just that only 15%. Right now, there's a crumbling. I mean, we've walked around there a bunch of times, and there's nothing there, right? And it's just been that way since RFK closed in the 90s. And so now we're bringing this area back to life. We're activating the area. And the stadium itself is only 15%.
Hell yeah, they're going to get a Super Bowl bid. You don't need more than 65,000 to get a Super Bowl.
This is going to be a great thing for
Hell
that
yeah, they
area
can get a
in
Super
terms of
Bowl.
activating, the Anacostia River. You can actually ride your bike from Nationals Park.
NFL stadiums aren't college stadiums. They're not about to seat 100,000. Rio, how do I send the pic? I'm on social media. You can send them to me in my DMs or email them to me.
So that's a big part of what we're doing.
David, I think you asked about analogous to other stadiums. I think Atlanta is a very interesting analogy also. I think Los Angeles clearly is. I think Detroit is. I think there are many cities where they have seen the value of the reinvestment into that community. A stadium being
FedEx used to hold way more. It doesn't hold way more anymore. And FedEx is not the line you want to compare to a new stadium. FedEx fucking sucks.
I also think they've been successful from an economic standpoint.
Olympics, World Cup,
from Stephen Weiner,
WrestleMania, Final Four, all of it.
Josh,
all
of
draft.
I know you guys have been looking at sites in Maryland and Virginia in the district. How much of sort of your investment was for you guys as Mitch and your ownership group nostalgia about how much you guys as a team wanted to be back at the RFK site?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, we all grew up here, right? And
I'm with you, bro. I'm in the nosebleeds. We sitting with God.
Our experiences, but I think it was less nostalgia and more just a deep connection to understanding how important the location was. It's in the middle of, you've got the DMV is obviously Virginia, Maryland, and DC. DC happens to be in the middle. Obviously, we all experienced, the rumbling of RFK and the centrality of that location in terms of its proximity to the seat of government and to
I'm touching glass, not grass. We touching glass roof. If you didn't hear it yet,
the experience
translucent
of a city
roof.
Stadium, right? Like walking there, taking the metro, kind of the experience itself. So I think that all of those things contributed, but at the end of the day, it was the right thing. It was less nostalgia. It was more just the fact that we had grown up here gave us that vision to, not look at the crumbling concrete that was there, but remember in our minds the vivid nature of what Washington football was all about and how it really brought a city that was socioeconomically, distinct and challenged at that point with lots of groups of people together, right? No matter where you were from, who you were, your race, color, religion. On Sundays, you were a Washington football fan. And
Damn
so,
right.
That
Damn
really
right.
did contribute to our focus on it, and then, kind of brought it to life. And then look, let's face it, Washington is amongst, if not the most important city in the world. It's a gateway city for the United States of America. And, to have a stadium and a site, where you can see the Washington Monument, you can see the Capitol. I remember watching on TV those shots and having John Madden talk about, we're here in the nation's capital, and there's the Washington Monument, there's the White House, there's the nation's capital, and then there's RFK, that bull, right? And so all that stuff was incredibly motivating to all of us.
Our next question is from Chick Hernandez of WUSA.
I'm sitting with God when this stadium opens, bro. My ticket's gonna be the nosebleed, no bleed. They gotta say nosebleed twice when you see the seats I'm getting. We pulling up the preseason like it's the Met Gala.
2 decades of darkness here with this franchise, and then it turned around. What's the league view of this franchise and what's taking place right now with this?
Yes, it's a dome. It's a dome.
Yeah, I would say that the league view is incredibly positive. Josh coming in and I think making a commitment to this franchise that they were going to be one that this community would be proud of. Obviously, every owner that comes in hopes
you
to
sitting
have
up
the
there? Oh, you sitting up
tradition
there? Oh,
reestablished
God.
quickly. I think Josh may have been ahead of his timetable a little bit, but good for him. And I think it's
good
beyond
GM and coach and quarterback.
Jaden helps, but he's got a great team over here. But I would say that we look at this as a very important football market. This has been one that we want to have, obviously, a sterling franchise in this community. We feel that we have that now. It's going in the right
Crazy,
direction.
DB.
I think the commitment,
insanity
by Josh and the city to bring the team back into
it's a party
DC
every weekend.
is a really important one. I think emotionally, but also I think it signifies that they care about this community. They care deeply about it, and they're going to do the right things to make this franchise successful.
Our next question is from Rebecca Turco of WJLA 7.
Hi, good morning. This is a question for the
Baby
mayor.
oiled up.
The $202 million for infrastructure and the $89 million for the sportsplex. Can you explain why use taxpayer
Probably
money
before
for this?
the end
Why
of the
not
year.
pursue creative
For real.
options like personal seat licenses, for instance?
Okay, so I think you've asked me about the public investment in the stadium. So
like a snow globe.
what I hope has been made clear is that this is a massive investment and the largest private investment in the district's history.
I got to be at the opener, though.
Commanders will be committing $2.7 billion to building the stadium. $2.7 billion. So the total investment.
Oh, we got money. That ain't that Dan Snyder money. This money. The money long now.
Will be $3.6 billion. Our part of the investment.
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to look up the timeline.
$500 million to support horizontal stadium construction, and Events DC, as I mentioned, our partner.
I think the naming rights are going to be an investment partner.
Parking. In the sum of $181
It's got to be money. I don't
million,
think it's going to be a
and the
person's name on the
district is
stadium.
also partnering and parking for a total of $175 million. At the end of the day, we will own both of the parking garages. And so in addition to that, is we would, and as we have done with all public
all the
parcel
sense,
development,
all the aroma
contribute to infrastructure development. And so we have the sum of $202 million listed there.
Who's selling feet to get in the stadium, y'all?
Studies and the like that support bringing RFK to life.
Get them OnlyFans
Very
going.
Similar,
we got to get season tickets, baby.
Doing at McMillan, or what we've done at St. Elizabeth's, or what we've done at Walter Reed, or what we've done at the adjacent Hill East. That the district goes in and supports infrastructure and works with a trusted development partner to build out. And that's how we expect to proceed here. As it relates to the sportsplex, This is a long promise of mine. I think 3 years ago, I made my first investment in the Sportsplex and our capital improvements plan.
Oh, this is
And
crazy.
we're coming back
This
as part of this
crazy,
package
dog.
to make sure we deliver it. You may not know this.
She said
but our
garages
kids
in
right
plural.
now leave school if they are indoor track athletes, for example.
It's
And
coming.
they travel
The
out of
stadium.
DC to go do track.
Dome
Our
Stadium,
gymnasts,
65K.
they go around the region. Our cheerleaders
Translucent
don't
roof.
have a place to cheer. So we need a world-class indoor sports facility, and we will invest in it at RFK.
Fuck that shit, Mayor.
Our next question is from Sam Collins of the Washington Informer.
Peace and blessings. Sam,
Some
PK
stadium
Collins of the
questions,
Washington
man.
Informer. Madam Mayor, and anybody else who wants to answer, if we can just talk about, as it relates to the community benefits plan, what is the timeline of stakeholder engagement? How much in funds are we talking about being dispersed? And is this an arrangement that's happening in perpetuity or for a limited time?
Well, with all economic development projects, I start with this, and I've been involved with a lot over the years. The number one community benefit is what we will deliver on the site. So we will be able to deliver because of this catalytic anchor investment by the commanders.
All right, let's get some football league
between
people
5,000 and
asking questions,
6,000
bruh.
units of
I want to
housing.
know some stadium
We will be
specifics.
able
I'm
to
sorry, bruh.
deliver more hotels.
This is all
We will
important.
be able to
but
deliver more jobs.
y'all know what we
So
here
those
for.
are the chief economic benefits. When we look at this, more than 16,000 jobs will be created and more than $20 billion in tax revenue over the period of this commitment. Those are the benefits. Additionally, we have laid out some pretty preliminary ideas with the team about other ways that the community will want to be involved in the site. I know I've had some preliminary conversations with members of the council, and the team has had preliminary conversations with members of the council.
Lake,
And
stand
I
up and ask a
expect
question about the stadium.
those ideas will be fleshed out during the council process.
Garages.
Your next question is from Mark
Multiple.
Seagraves of NBC4.
Hey, good morning. Thanks very much. A question for you, Mayor Bowser, and a question for you, Mr. Harris. Mayor Bowser, I'm just wondering what you will say to residents at a time, you're faced with an enormous uphill budget battle going forward, both in the 2025 and in the upcoming 2026, with the prospects of layoffs, cuts of services.
Get all these
and
political
hundreds of millions
news
of dollars
anchors
cut
out
for
of
the out
here. Let's
years
talk
in
some
the budget.
stadium, man.
How do you justify, what do you say to residents who think this is not the right time to put hundreds of millions of dollars into this development when you're having to cut services and possibly furlough workers? And then, Mr. Harris, for you,
They say
you
it's
mentioned
open in
that through
2030.
this, you've learned a lot about the political
Breaking
process
ground in
with the federal
2026.
government. You're about to learn a lot about the political process with the DC Council. And I only see 4 council members here
I'm gonna need to
today.
smell
You're going
the
to need
beer.
7 votes. I'm wondering what your plan, we saw what happened with Monumental in Virginia. I'm wondering what your plan B is and how serious you've negotiated with Maryland throughout this, if this deal falls through, if the DC Council fails to approve this. So, Mayor Bowser, just on.
First,
Thank you.
Mark, I want to make sure you're not confusing viewers. We're not talking about the CR caused FY25 summer crises. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is our future.
Get 'em.
We're talking about our
'em right.
FY26 budget.
Get them right. Let's get back to the stadium, goddammit. Tell them let's get back to the stadium.
I'm advancing a balanced FY26 budget that is both focused on right-sizing spending, for
Grateful
sure,
Edmund Stadium
but
is
it
crazy.
is also making some big, bold investments in growth.
One of them jobs will be
Now
mine.
is not the time where
I can
our
see
economy
MGM
is
Stadium
shifting.
or
You know what our
FanDuel
job is right
Stadium.
now? Our
What's
job
what?
is to replace economic activity for 40,000 people.
Might have 5 Ben Chili Bowls, 3 New Balance
If we
stores,
don't
and
make
go
some
play.
change, they may not have their jobs.
For the culture.
If we don't make some change, they may not live here. So our job is to advance a budget that is
Escort 'em out the
bold,
back.
that invests in growth. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about all of that growth agenda. But it starts with a catalytic investment at RFK.
Hey, shout out Muriel
We
Bowser.
cannot leave.
It's time to get Muriel Bowser up out of there, and we need to cut the State of the Union address and talk about the football stadium. I'm not going to hold you.
If you need to add revenue, as we do, you can't leave 180 acres vacant. If you need to add jobs,
Right.
as we do, you cannot wait for an anchor to show up to start developing there. When you need to attract business,
Hey, she ethered,
you
bro.
have to be about business. So we're going to be talking about
You do need the
FY26.
votes.
Now, the Congress still has to fix FY25.
The house that Jaden built. Yep.
Because if they don't, because your question is a serious one. I call it a fake budget crisis because
Like
we have the money.
Skunk Stadium.
So if we have to cut services because they don't fix their snafu, then that's a problem. But we're going to keep pushing it. But we can't stop because no matter what happens with FY25,
You right.
FY26 is coming.
You right.
And so we're going to have at the end of FY30 or the beginning of FY30 a new stadium. We're going to have it.
Hey. So about the stadium, someone transition and segue into stadium questions,
I think
please.
that this is an incredible ROI.
Ask
for
a
the
naming
city of DC,
rights
the local
question. Ask some
community
shit
around
like
the
that.
stadium. Literally, if you, the mayor has done an amazing job at negotiating on behalf of the city, but also becoming a partner with us in an investment that is going to create like billions of tax revenue, thousands of jobs, a whole new community, and tie together the city. And look, I look forward to continuing my engagement and intensifying my engagement with the council, both Ward 7, but also the broader DC communities and the people that are representing the broader DC community, and being super transparent, giving them the details they need. And I think the project speaks for itself. And I think the project will stand. And
Smash that like button if you're just tuning in.
The best interest of DC.
Okay. Somebody ask some stadium specific shit. Who's getting the naming
Next
right?
question's from Stephanie Ramirez of Fox 5.
Are we getting a video?
Can I just say one other thing? And we did have
Seating capacity.
But we're really focused here. Of course not.
All right, a question for Mr. Harris. First off, we saw the photo right after the president signed the bill of the two of you smiling. I'm over here, sorry. Right back here. There you go.
There you
go. We saw the photo of you both smiling right after former President Joe Biden had signed the RFK bill into law. So the question everybody had was this already a done deal? Can you talk about where you guys were in that moment? And was this what you always wanted from the beginning in purchasing? And then I also have a follow-up question for you, Mayor Bowser.
Yeah, the answer is obviously that was a big step in the process until DC had the land back.
No idea, but
there
we
was
finna
no
go
way
till it
you
finishes.
could consider doing this project at the RFK site. So that was the first step in the process, but we had not concluded or even it was very early in the negotiations with DC. And so after that moment, so yes, that was an amazing kind of part of the process. But after that moment, as the new year changed to 2025, we got to work and really created all these details.
It's going to be a business. Someone's going to get the naming right. It's going to be a business.
I knew there was a lot of work ahead.
I'm predicting with
we've
this
been very
rise in sports
transparent
gambling,
with,
FanDuel,
the whole
MGM
TMP
Sportsbook, FanDuel
in
Sportsbook,
terms of,
DraftKings Sportsbook.
What we thought was
Something
the
of the
right
sort.
answer for the location of the stadium. And sometimes when you have partners in other jurisdictions, those
Fat Rob at
conversations
R.
can be it's harder to be honest and upfront about it. But
Yo,
we
wow.
also didn't know whether we would be able to achieve
Sexy Rexy Stadium is crazy.
We kept discussions going. And obviously we've made commitments in Maryland, as to making that site a great
Gotta be
site.
good turf if they're doing turf.
Not having what happened to DC, which is RFK. Just
The
literally
Gaylord
sat
Dome.
there,
Shout out to the
became a massive
Gaylord at the
concrete. That's
harbor.
not going to happen, man. We've already committed it won't. And we're engaging with the state of Maryland as to what we're going to do with that site.
Fanatic Sportsbook Stadium.
And we have fans.
FanDuel
obviously, in
Sportsbook
Virginia, we
Stadium.
have
That'd be
fans in
my
Maryland, we
guess.
have fans in
Something like that.
DC. DC happens to be the center of it, but it's very important. We like having, we have our business offices in Maryland. We have our training complex in Virginia. If we can accomplish our stadium in DC, we're engaging the whole area.
And then Mayor Bowser, couple questions here. We know that there are significant issues with business.
Welcome to the
downtown and
team,
reviving
Jeep
downtown
Commander.
DC.
Appreciate
Does
you for
this
joining
project
up.
kind of replace anything
Rambler
downtown,
family.
or how do you balance what you're trying to do here with reviving downtown? And then separately, will you
That's
commit
my
to working
Michelle
with the
Stan.
residents some kind of financial agreement for those neighbors who are concerned that they may be forced to move
PSLs are
out
coming. They
because of
said it in the
rising
mission
property
statement.
costs with the new stadium that's going to be going there?
Well, nobody will be forced to move out.
God.
What we're proposing is completely in the on the
Boo
RFK
these questions.
parcels. And the first part of your question was what?
Northwood
We think
Drummond
is
Stadium.
entirely complementary. And more than that, we kind of got an early start on our growth agenda, what I'm now calling our growth agenda, because of the work that we were able to do
He gonna be canceled.
downtown.
We can't do that.
And it's particularly around Chinatown and Gallery Place, and see our Gallery Place Chinatown co-chairs here. Give those ladies a big round of applause. Jody and Debbie. I see Jerem Price, who helped produce the Downtown Action Report. The council members at the front who unanimously approved a $515 million investment.
Yeah, I don't know if we're getting any more
keeping the
renderings other than
Capital
that
One
one picture,
arena
y'all.
downtown.
They
Might
might
I
be
add
saving
a
that for
deal,
another
a
day.
structure that's very similar to what we are proposing here. And so I think that we have demonstrated that cities especially have to, we're doubling down on what's working for us. We are a hospitality economy and a sports and entertainment economy. You've heard me say 1,000 times, this is not just fun and games. It's dollars and cents for the city. And what happens at these parcels helps us invest in all 8 wards.
We have time for one final question. Kate Ryan from WTOP.
Thank you so much. Once again, in terms of having this team return here, what do you envision in terms of people being able to afford it like they did in the old days? You'd walk over from your backyard barbecue to the games. What are the prices going to be like?
You already know the
Yes,
price is going to get ignorant.
Mark guy pulled out a ticket. And I hate
A
to
good
say
question,
it, from
finally.
1972, he kept it somehow, and it was $12 fees. But
The price is going to be
look, I think
crazy.
obviously, for us,
They offer payment plans, though.
affordability.
They financing glizzies at the new stadium. You can put the hot dog. You can put your whole meal on finance. Lease it.
Team, and we set ticket prices, and we are very focused every year on affordability and inclusion and the ability of I have a family, the ability of everyone to bring their family to the game.
I have a family.
And so that's going to continue to be
the way this nigga says
kind of
family,
a priority
dog.
for us. New stadium, old stadium, pretty much everywhere. Thanks.
We're going to give you an opportunity to have a photo opportunity in just a moment. We're going to ask you all to stay seated as we're going to call you up in groups. But first, to commemorate what is a historic day,
Sell your rib
we're going to
for
take
a
this
rib.
commander's helmet. Mayor Bowser, Josh Harris, Commissioner Goodell are all going to sign this today.
Klarna Stadium, Afterpay Stadium. That's how you can finalize food and merchandise. Oh, man, my AMAX getting smoked. Yeah, man. Hawk Tour Stadium. Asking about ticket prices is crazy. Like, fam, what you expect? The tickets to go down when you're getting a state-of-the-art dome in DC? Like, Eastern Motor Stadium. Highest bidder at RFK Stadium bidding starts right now. Correct. Who want the name and rights to the stadium? Y'all was like, oh my God, they debuted new new helmets in the Marriott commercial. Y'all thought that gold face mask in that Marriott commercial meant something, bro. That face mask still burgundy as hell. Mario Bowser, that's your hear me out. Mario Bowser, hear me out. Eastern Motor Stadium, where your car is your credit.
Congratulations, Allie. You want to call up some for groups or photo opportunities, please?
Nobody said that was the new helmet. I don't know why people overreacted to a commercial. You think they're going to soft launch a new helmet on a Marriott draft commercial? What are we talking about? I don't know why people run with everything. People need to relax sometime and touch grass a little bit. Well, that's the press conference. That's what we got.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company.
I'm going to pull up some shit because they had a bunch of stuff that they've been talking about on the timeline. They've been dropping a bunch of documents on the timeline about the stadium. I'm going to pull the picture up real quick again for anybody who came in late. This is the one rendering we've got so far for the stadium. That shit ended abrupt as hell. They said, yeah, y'all gonna get the video and the other renderings later. So this is the one rendering we got so far. That is a translucent glass roof like SoFi Stadium. I believe Allegiant Stadium have those as well. As you can see the Capitol and the cityscape of the District of Columbia out the far end zone of the stadium. Out the end zone side, there's no upper level over there. It looks like that area is kind of shaped like the Wu-Tang W. This is a very early rendering, so they probably don't have nothing too much. They're probably gonna package it all together to give us something grand when they announce it. OnlyFans Superdome is crazy, man. And there's a bunch of papers and documents that they've been posting on Twitter that everybody's been looking at while we've been on stream watching the press conference. So I'm gonna pull up some of that on here as well. I'm gonna pull up some of that on here in just a second. But for those who didn't see, that's the one rendering we've got. We haven't seen the exterior of the stadium yet, and they're providing more context and details in some of these documents. So let me see what I can find while we look at this beautiful early rendering of the stadium. Here we go. Here's another thing. Year-round activity at RFK. Hold up. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this one up. This one. Here we go. Year-round activity at RFK. 1.4 million attendees per year, 140,000 hotel room nights per year, 10,000 plus 10 plus commanders if it's 10,000. It's crazy. 10 plus concert, 100 plus private and other events. The target is for 200 plus activations at the new stadium site per year. And they got the WWE on here, UFC, Army Navy game, US soccer on here, all types of shit. The NFL draft. When you build a dome in a city as big as this one, you want to host everything. The World Cup bid one day. You know, the Olympics are coming to LA in a couple years. They want the Olympics here one day. They want the World Cup here one day. They want the NFL draft here, WrestleMania, the Final Four, festivals, big stadium tours, all that shit. And they're definitely trying to host the Super Bowl, which would be the biggest shit to ever come through this city. You know? They need to go with the rendering. They're not going to go with anybody's renderings from the internet also. Like, everybody got cool ideas. They got their own, and they got billions. They put their own billions of dollars, 2.7 into this stadium. They don't give a fuck about nobody's mock-ups on the internet. So while these are all cool ideas and stuff like that, they don't care. They don't care. They will not be out here following the guidelines or the build of some software company or some cool guy on Twitter. Where did JP get that rendering? No, this was there. This was there. That was real. That was a real rendering. This is cool, man. This is cool. This is dope, man. I cannot wait to start seeing more stuff. Let me see what else. There's some other documents and stuff that was on there too. Well, let me find it. It says, so far, what we've got, the franchise committed $2.7 billion into it. DC's investment will reach up to $1.1 billion by 2032. 65,000 is the expected seating. Roof stadium, fixed versus retractable. They haven't figured all that out yet, but on the early rendering, it was a retractable roof. The new parking structures equate up to 8,000 plus spaces, which leaves some room for tailgating. And it's a mixed-use site to include 5,000 to 6,000 housing units with affordable housing baked in. A lot of stuff going on, y'all. A lot of stuff going on with the new stadium, man. We just streamed through the whole entire press conference introduction to the new RFK. This is the paper that they're looking at. That rendering came straight off of this document that they had present there. I'm pulling up the document right now. Let's look at it up close. A field of opportunity. Okay. A field of opportunities. They said you're blind ass. We're going to exit it. A field of opportunities on the banks of the Anacostia River. We know how to deliver. Throughout Mayor Bowser's administration, the sports capital has catalyzed economic growth by delivering Audi Field, the Care First Arena, the transformation of Capital One, and now we'll deliver a new stadium for the Washington Commanders. Major sports are a significant driver of the district's economy, generating $5 billion in 2022 and attracting 7.4 million visitors in 2023. DC sports teams and their facilities have boosted neighborhood investments with nearby commercial development outpacing the rest of the city after each facility open. We can do it all, including at least 1,500 to 1,600 or 1,800 affordable homes. Stadium will generate 2,000 permanent full-time and part-time jobs and 14,000 construction jobs. The fields of RFK will be preserved in an $89 million sportsplex facility for DC's youth will be delivered. Hadn't heard that one yet. Let me say that one more time. The fields at RFK will be preserved in an $89 million sportsplex facility for DC's youth will be delivered. At least 30% of the campus will be parks, trails, and green space, knitting together thousands of acres of the Anacostia waterfront. Hey, listen, as much as they're developing the area, y'all still don't be taking y'all kids and be going out and swimming in the Anacostia. That shit still reeks of corrosion and death. That shit is still nasty. Nobody should be trying to beach or be all up in the Anacostia at this point. That shit's still nasty, but they trying to do it. Summer 2026, council approval. Well, summer 2025, they're expecting council approval. Summer and fall 2025, planning commences for parks, housing, and recreation. Fall, winter 2026, the stadium site groundbreaking. They're expecting to break ground next year, next fall, next winter, and whenever they do so, I will be popping out there once a month to give an in-person update of how this building process has been going. Early 2029, they're going to place the Plaza District's going to have a groundbreaking. 2030, the Sportsplex is going to have its ribbon cutting, and fall 2030 is going to be the stadium opening. This is big, y'all. Holy shit, this is big. Whoa. Anacostia swimming is out your mind business, man. I feel like you gonna melt like acid touch your skin as soon as you get into it. But that is a lot. This is a whole timeline, man. This is a whole ass timeline. Wow. So the ground, let me go through that one more time. They expect council approval by the summer. Summer and fall, they're going to plan. There's plans to commence for parks, housing, recreation. They want to break ground next fall, winter. They want to open up the district of the Plaza District in 2029. Sportsplex ribbon cutting in 2030. Stadium opens fall 2030. So we're talking a 5-year plan. A 5-year plan. I'm looking for any other things that came on these sheets, you know? Hold on, let me put this picture up on the screen. They look good, man. Look at that. Welcome home. They got the commissioner. They got the mayor, man. They not playing with it, man. They not playing with it. Look at this, man. What a Monday afternoon, man. I don't even want to talk about the draft no more today. I feel like pushing that stream back a little bit. We're going to get to it, though. We're going to get to it. I promise. We're going to get to the draft. We're going to get to that draft class stream. We're going to still do that today. I might push it back a little bit time-wise, but we definitely going to do it. In a perfect world, the Commanders play at home while hosting the Super Bowl. It'd be beautiful, kind of like Tampa did with Tom Brady when he was there not too long ago. Y'all got to do Commanders Kings tonight to recap the draft and talk about the stadium. Let me hit them up and see what they think. Let me text them. I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now and see what they're trying to do. I'll see what they're trying to do, you know, just to bask in all of this news. Let me see if they want to do this thing tonight. Hitting them boys right now. This is crazy. It's a beautiful time to be a Washington Commanders fan, man. If you stop being a fan of the franchise, we'll welcome you back with open arms, but you made a mistake. You know we're getting PSLs. You know we're getting public seating license. That's coming with the territory. We know traffic's going to happen, all of that good shit, man. JD5 will be paid by that time. The house that Jaden Daniels built, Adam Peters, stay with the Kool-Aid smile. Always. Always, man. We'll definitely get the draft a few years after that stadium. It'd be funny if the stadium's on course, they might have some shit planned for 2030. You know? Come straight out with it, man. They said just make sure Ed don't look like he in witness protection. They said my man Ed came on stream a couple weeks ago looking like a prisoner of war. Shout out Ed. Shout out Ed, man. What an exciting time, man. The entire slideshow is on the website. Let me see. I could probably pull this up on screen. There's an entire slideshow of all these things, so I don't have to be out here pulling up tweets and shit. Yeah, they got the whole thing. Our RFK. This hit harder than the draft. Yeah, this is dope, man. Shout out to Gabe, man. Gabe Taylor going to be here for rookie minicamp. Rookie minicamp's coming up between May 8th and May 11th. Showing y'all style electric vibes during our games, light shows, the whole nine, man. It is a bidding war. This is the announcement to the world. All of your businesses, all of you sports books, car businesses, banks, everybody, line up and the best offer wins. Who wants naming rights to this stadium? Who wants naming rights to the stadium? I know some of y'all throwing out like Sean Taylor Stadium, Joe Gibbs Stadium, and those sound all fine and well. I don't think this stadium gets named after a person. I think this stadium is going to go to whoever throws that bread out there. FanDuel Sportsbook Stadium, MGM Sportsbook Stadium, Fanatic Sportsbook Stadium, Northwest Stadium, Navy Federal Credit Union Stadium. You know, the stadium naming rights are going to someone who throws that bread at the organization, guys. You know? Yeah, no, I'm not trying to hear none of that stupid shit today. Get Buddy the fuck out the chat. It's not the day for that. Get him the fuck out of here. MG. Oh, oops. Yeah, MG, I'm sorry. We don't want to hear any of your bullshit today. Fuck off. We're talking about our new stadium right now. Go to timeout. We ain't going to block you or ban you. Go to timeout. I don't care what you're talking about right now. It's all good news on this side right now. I don't want to hear it. There goes the Rio Robinson Stadium at RFK idea. Yep. Not happening. Not happening, man. The Sarah J. Superdome play on words. I see what you did there. We're not trying to hear about, oh, your quarterback not even going to make it to your stadium release. I'm not trying to hear none of that 55-23 nonsense today. We're talking about a new Washington Commanders stadium. We're talking about the plan. We've been streaming now for an hour 30. We spent 80% of this stream watching a full press conference. It started to get a little too political, but that had to be the case. They got Roger Goodell. They asked Roger Goodell the question about, does this increase Washington's chances of hosting a Super Bowl? And he said, dramatically. He said it with emphasis, emphatically. Come on, man. Come on, man. Exciting, bro. Exciting time to be a Washington Commanders King Stadium. Burgundy and gold exterior. Hey, I don't think the stadium's going to be burgundy and gold. It's going to be one of these big, crazy looking designs like SoFi or something. It's going to be crazy architecture. Josh said, I have no doubts this is going to be the best stadium in the NFL. And when you put your billions of dollars into it, I'm going to take your word on it because you're putting your money where your mouth is. You know? 5 fire draft pick Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday stadium announcements. We're so bad. It feels like the perfect time for, if there's going to be a new uniform added for the 2025 season, what better week than right now? Get Jaden, Tunzel, Debo, Terry, and Luvu. Bring them into the facility when they come in for workout. Have them model the uniform, shoot a little hype section, and get that shit out to the people right now. There is no better time in the offseason than right now because after mandatory minicamp, it's going to be dry. So maybe they're saving that kind of reveal for a Commander's Law or for when the offseason really dries up and we're just throwing shit at the wall between mid-June all the way till late July. But it feels like there is no better time than right now to do that shit, man. What was the old cable company in the 90s? That's the name. Which cable company we talking about? I was a little kid in the 90s. Seems like the deal came a lot faster than other teams trying to move like Chicago and Cincinnati because they're not playing with it, bro. It's the nation's capital. You know the politics that's involved. Do you think there is a at RFK tagged on that? I thought so originally, and it's still possible, like FanDuel Sportsbook Stadium at RFK or something like that. They could do that to pay homage and tie it into the old shit, but probably not. Probably not. Google YouTube Stadium. BBW Stadium. A burgundy and gold tent with a giant bow and arrow wielding Indian riding a buffalo. That sounds crazy, man. That's a Comcast. Oblivion remastered stadium. Team's gonna hate coming here, and that's the plan. That's the plan. They're gonna hold on to the jersey shit to the dead period. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Like, we need something to show these bastards when the world is all impatiently waiting. We got the schedule release coming up on the 14th or 15th of May, and then we got rookie minicamp coming up between the 8th through the 11th. And man, our time is coming. We've been waiting on this announcement. For those who didn't see it, let me play this one more time too. For those who didn't see this, if you're popping in late, because we're over 800 in here now, for those of you who came in, they made a little hype video that they put out this morning. I don't know if everybody saw it, but I'll play that for you right now. I'll play that for you right now.
Hear the crowds. When I first stepped into RFK Stadium, I knew I'd found a home. The roar of the fans, the energy of the city, united as one, was unlike anything I'd ever experienced.
I have stupid eyes, and I have to put a bunch of different fluids in
RFK
them every
Stadium
day.
was the stage for the world's greatest in sports, culture, and entertainment. All in the heart of our nation's capital. It's time to revive that legacy. Let's bring the Commanders home. A new stadium will serve as the anchor for the RFK site, unlocking new opportunities for generations to come. This means new housing, new restaurants, retail, and public spaces are all possible. The stadium development will create new access to the Anacostia waterfront while preserving some of our city's treasures. A world-class city deserves a world-class stadium.
Damn sure do.
Uniting a sea of burgundy and gold.
DC Chillin' Stadium.
Something that unites us in our pride for the district. The time is now. Let's bring Washington back to DC.
Hey, look at that logo at the end. That shit clean. That shit clean as hell. Fight for old DC with the old RFK in the middle. Oh, that's fire, bro. That's really fire, man. That's really fire for real, bro. I love it here right now. I love it here right now, guys. So don't get upset with me. I think we're just gonna run this stream for a while, and we're gonna move back the draft class stream. Let's call it like a little later. Let's move it like later in the night, man. Let's make it an evening stream to discuss the draft because this is fun. This is a fun topic, bro. We can talk about players and what we did in the draft and all that shit later, bro. We'll get to all that. Right now, we're talking shop. We're talking stadium. We're talking stadium. Wow. Who do y'all think is going to get the naming rights to this shit? What do y'all think it's going to be? You know how many times we've had fun on this channel just throwing out hypothetical random names for the stadium? Real, they interviewed Roger Goodell on NBC4. Let's find it. Let's find it right now. Let's see what Rod's talking about. Let's see what Rod's talking about. Roger Goodell. You said NBC4? It should be on YouTube, right? Let me find it. See the press conference we just watched. Is there anywhere on the internet that they're playing that shit? George Foreman Grill Stadium, bro. That George Foreman Grill meant something to me, bro. I thought I was chefing it up. I thought I was a Michelin level chef with my boys when I would have company growing up, bro. Like, watch this though. It drains the fat out of them. Like, bro. Good times. So they're supposed to be like 80 plus walkable bars. +80 walkable bars, restaurants, just like the Nationals did, man. Type in NBC4 Washington. All right, say less. Say less. NBC4 Washington. All right. Bingo. I think this is it. Hold on. Let's see. They are live. Okay, so let me pull this up. I'll put it up in just a second. All right, I see the press conference, but I don't see nothing with Roger. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. I see it now. All right, let me put this up now.
I'm proud this had an opportunity to happen while I was still around.
Was working with Mayor Bowser and Josh Harris kind of what you figured when you worked with them before? What was that like with the two of them?
You know, these projects are really hard. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot of process involved, a lot of challenges along the way, and there still will be. But they're worth it. Ultimately, they're worth it for the community. They're worth it for the team, and they're clearly going to be worth it for the NFL. So I think when you look at all that, it's a positive.
So much of this league is about history. You're on the dais and you're looking out, you see Doug Williams,
Yeah.
Darrell Green, and John Riggins,
Yeah.
a part of what RFK was.
Sure.
For the Commissioner of the League, how does that hit you knowing that you're a part of bringing this team back?
I just mentioned that. To me, it's in some ways very emotional because I was thinking on the way down here today, all the great times I had going to RFK Stadium, and now a new generation of kids are going to be able to experience that. And I really, truly believe it's great for this community. As someone who lived here for 11 years, I believe this is going to be good for this community.
Draining the what?
Well worth it, and, it'll work well.
Me and Lou competing in the Paul's Olympics.
Really good track record of the new stadiums. They get a Super Bowl. What's the probability, the possibility of a Super Bowl coming to DC?
Well, we got to get it built first, so we got to get there. But I really do think this community could be a great host for a Super Bowl. I think the stadium is always that missing piece. And, you know, what I've seen from the plans, it certainly looks like it'll.
Yeah, it's being built.
be a
They're
very
knocking down
positive-
RFK and they're rebuilding it right there. Yeah.
Team has been transformed over the last couple of years.
How what?
How important has it been to the league to see how this team has been transformed?
It's really it's immeasurable in so many ways. You know, this market is obviously critical, and I think to be able to have a franchise that everybody here is proud of, that's gotten back on the football field in a positive way, and now to have a stadium that brings their team back into DC, I think that's a really a big step and something that's been great for the NFL too.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Roger. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Commissioner. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Rod said, let me get up out of here. Rod said, let me get up
NFL
out of here.
Commissioner Roger Goodell talking about what it means.
Rod said, let me get up out of there, man. We didn't get no rent. We got one picture of a potential future rendering, but we didn't get nothing too crazy, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm going to leave this one up here right now. That's clean, bro. That's clean. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 decks on the side and 2 big ones on the end zone front. It's way too early. They probably going to unleash a fire video when it's time for us to see more. But that's all we got for right now. And they did a full press conference. If you missed it, we streamed this whole thing. Go ahead and rewind the stream a little bit. We streamed this whole thing on the channel earlier. And what an exciting time to be a Washington Commanders fan. Whew! Rock Nation Stadium, Joe Gibbs Stadium. I think the name thing, the naming rights to the stadium is definitely going to be someone that's putting a check with it, someone that's going to go into partnership with it. Joe Gibbs Racing Stadium, that would have to be it if it was Gibbs. But I'm going to take a stab and say that the way that the NFL and these sports conglomerates are uniting with and pushing this gambling shit, a sports book probably get the rights to the stadium, y'all. I'm not going to hold you. Real life Mo Stadium, it's going to be mowed out. Should be a 60 to 70,000 seater tops. Yep, it says 65, so that probably means there's a wiggle room for 70,000, you know? I'd be cool with MGM, USAA, crypto or sports book, Raytheon Center. It's gonna be fire, man. I'm excited. When they break ground or any updates, I will be out there once a month vlogging and giving y'all something y'all can see, man. You hear me, Stadia? Netflix got more money than Amazon. I don't know if that's the truth. Netflix Stadium, Netflix Superdome at RFK. What? Y'all nasty. Y'all being nasties on a Monday morning. It ain't even noon. It ain't even 1 o'clock yet, and y'all being nasty. Greed on Amazon. Sean Taylor Stadium. Don't get ran up on Stadium. Dan Snyder Stadium. Oh my God. Dan Snyder, low key, our saving grace, though, because as soon as he left the organization, we got all the good vibes back. We got the good karma back, and our lives changed dramatically overnight. And it's been nothing but execution. No more under promising and over promising and under delivering. I'm about to say that shit completely wrong, but we back though. We back in a major way, man. We've been having a good ass time. If it's Netflix, it will be nicknamed The Chill because of Netflix and Chill Stadium. I see what y'all doing, man. MGM, Aboriginal Hood King, Kamehameha, Amazon Stadium and Casino. That is such a mouthful. That reminds me of our team facility, which is going to stay in somewhere in Loudoun County, Virginia. They're just going to build a new one because the current one stinks. But that shit's a mouthful right now. Ortho Virginia Training Center at Commander's Park. That's a lot. That's a whole sentence and a half. That is the whole fourth of a thesis just to say the team's facilities. MGM, we might as well. We got it at the harbor. We might as well keep that thing going. 995 or 990 New Balance Stadium. 993 New Balances. If you know, you know. Black Air Force Arena. Anything Stadium. Warpath Fieldhouse. Oh man. Seeing Sean Taylor, definitely we get a statue, several others too. It's gonna be gorgeous, man. That man Josh Harris said it with his chest. This is gonna be the best stadium in the NFL. He said that shit vehemently. Like he meant it. He meant that shit. He didn't say that shit with no pause, with no hesitation. It's going to be the best stadium in the NFL. And I imagine they're not going to do it. They're not going to come at it with some bullshit. They're not going to build some slight ass stadium. They're not going to put a state of the art piece of ass in the District of Columbia where all the sports teams in the area can all play in DC again. They're going to come fully with it. They're not putting $2.7 billion of their own cash to a weak ass stadium, man. Oh, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man. I need to go get me some food in my system, man. I need to go eat me a little something else. I'll figure out a set hard time that we can talk about this draft and we can talk about the draft class and all that shit. We don't know what the design of is it yet. We don't know what the design of the stadium is yet. This is all we've got. This is all they're showing us for right now. I imagine they're not going to show us for real, what's happening until the council and everybody gives it its final approvals and stuff like that. This is all we've got right now. DoorDash Stadium. Yo, Uber drivers going to be making 7 figures running people to this stadium, bro. On game day, Uber drivers, you're going to be sitting in hella traffic, but y'all are going to make crazy money on game. Y'all are going triple platinum on game days in DC. That first regular season game is going to cost the deed of your house, one of your children, a car payment, and some more shit. But that's probably one of the most must-attend events in the history of the area when the football team makes its inevitable return back to the district. So I'm going to do whatever it takes. Get them OnlyFans started, y'all. Get you some side money. Get you a side hustle. Create content. Do Uber, DoorDash, whatever you got to do to get them pennies right. Because them PSLs, they're coming. The public seating license, them high season ticket prices, they're coming. And them single game tickets going to be crazy. Definitely will be some Rio tailgate. Mostly in the preseason. Now, them tickets about to be a little up there, man. They gonna be a little up there. It'd be cool to be at the ribbon cutting ceremony and stuff like that. By that time, maybe we can finesse that type of situation. But I'm gonna wrap this one up for right now, man. We've been here for an hour and 50 minutes on Monday morning. I'll be back before the day's over, man. I'll be back. I'm live streaming everything that comes with the stadium at this point. But I'm going to holler at y'all in a little bit. We're going to figure out when we're doing this draft class review and grade stream. Y'all have a beautiful Monday morning. Thank you for pulling up to the stream. Whenever anything big happens with this team, we're going to live stream it and take it in as a family. Appreciate y'all. Y'all make this channel go. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'll be back with a little something later. God bless. Talk soon.